What is happening, you guys? And welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate up in this mine. We in here, we're ready to go. We're going to get into some film breakdown. We're going to look at the Dolphins. Maybe if we got time, we'll look ahead. The Bills did last night. It's living fresh in our memory. Bills look like the Bills. Granted, that Titans defense looked terrible, and Tannehill looked like Tannehill. Just can't feel the pressure. I mean, what did Henry only had like 30-something yards or something like? I mean, I expect to get their best. Before that, Dane Jackson, the guy who took the hit last night, got his neck bent back by Edmonds. He was released from the hospital today, and he's undergoing further evaluation, but getting released from the hospital is good. Thank God. It looked bad. He did, when he rolled over, kind of move around and move his legs and stuff like that, so it looked okay. But when the ambulance comes out and it's a neck injury, man, everyone was just praying for the guy, and God answers the good prayers, and thank God he's all right, because although I don't mind that a guy's banged up going against him, I don't want that kind of stuff. That's just terrible, and everyone, class act from everybody, with it, and good to hear that he's all right. But it doesn't spell good for the Bills, because their secondary was already banged up, and although Tannehill didn't do much against him, I expect Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and company, as far as our weaponry goes, and Tua putting on that performance last week, we finna come and get it. And I have a good theory about that too, about what what can be implemented. But we'll get into all that. Thanks, guys, for hopping in here. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. If you're watching on Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, come over to YouTube, subscribe here on the network. We just got over 3,000 subscribers over here. Appreciate everybody. Shout out to the members and the mods. You guys can join the membership. 3 different tiers, 3 different ways to join, and we appreciate all our members. Scrolling there at the bottom, salute to you guys. But yeah, before we get going, make sure you guys are catching all the great programming. I haven't spoken to Tonk yet about doing TMI. I hope he's doing all right. He's been going through some stuff. He had his grandfather move in with him, and between work and him being a caretaker and all this stuff, he's just mixed up in his schedule. Hopefully, he gets things worked out and can get on there. Thursday nights we got color commentary, and you can catch color again on Saturdays doing the coffee and a cup of color. And then Saturday nights you got late night exhale with Ali coming with it, doing fantasy, doing all kinds of good stuff. And then Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, every day, all the time, even times like today on a Tuesday, you can get me El Capitan. And Fridays we're doing the cash and ticket segments with Brandon the Bookie, so make sure to be there for Fridays to get all your bets in. Cash App, Venmo, the Fins Tailgate. Help support the channel. We always need your guys' support. Fanatics link is in the description, and you guys can support in that way. You can also get some gear with the links in all the description for all the good gear. And if you use Backroom Collections link, you get 10% off all your purchases using hashtag TFTG. And you can also get 10% off the secondary site with all our gear on there using TFTG10. So if you guys are ever wondering what, the deals or stuff like that, just ask me on the show. Try to get at me in the chat, and I'll let you know, hey, yeah, this is how you get that off. And soon we're going to be having, probably in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be having some gear that will raffle off, will give away TFTG gear, stuff like that. We also got something cool coming from the producer HB in the back. He's got a helmet that he's designing from the show, so it'll be something custom. It'll be pretty awesome. Probably auction that off too. Figure that out and or raffle it or do maybe whatever he wants to do with it. Thanks guys for getting in here. What's happening? Hit the like button on your way in. Need everybody to always hit the like button because we've been putting out so many videos just doing everything and anything that when copyrights and stuff like that, it slows the algorithm up. So we always need your guys' support to hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. It yada yada yada. But thanks for everybody getting in here early, hitting the like button. Thank you, everyone. Who's it? John in here early. Anthony, what's happening? Don K, what's good? God Soldier. Adam, what's happening? Carla, what's happening, everybody? I need fuzzy Miami house shoes. I do. I got fuzzy, not fuzzy, but like these super, they're way too big for me. They're canes, like not long johns, canes. Well, they're like long johns on, but they're like comfortable. Then they're big. They look like breakdance pants. They're like wearing a blanket. I love them. But yeah, I do need some comfy freaking. I had a pair of badass dolphin slippers that I had forever, and they were cool. They wrapped around your whole foot. They looked like these weird shoes, but they were all dolphins. It was awesome. One vicious drip, what it is, fins up. And you were asking Anthony, I know you meant it to color, but to me or whatever, I was hoping, I'm not asking too much for Tua, for him to throw between 270 and 260 in a game, in a game 3+ touchdown. So I actually have a theory, and I was actually speaking to EM on the phone earlier today. Maybe EM will be able to come up and break some of the film down. He said he's going to try, so we'll see if he can make it or not. But this could be a game, if you think about it, where this run game comes out and Mike McDaniel, the offensive genius, the great offensive mind that we've been dying and begging for around here in Miami for a long time. I think the flow and the way to beat Buffalo is going to be controlling the clock, getting a good run game going, using this run game, finding ourselves either tied out in front or within a score in the third quarter. And as we roll into the fourth and find ourselves in a shootout, because that's what I believe this is going to come down to, their defense is tired, our defense is fresh, and Josh Allen's going to throw all them those footballs that he does the way he does. That's the game they're going to play. But in a shootout in the fourth quarter, we'll have the advantage for the way the Tua plays in the fourth quarter. He's always, even in him, with up and down varying success, he's always played pretty damn good in the fourth quarter as far as turning it up, feeling himself more as the game goes along. We find ourselves in a shootout where their defense is gassed and our defense is fresh. This is the key to victory. And yeah, Anthony, it'll be plus 300 yards for Tua if unless we just churn them away in the run game, which I don't know if that's really not even the way our running backs kind of get down. We're not bruising type running backs. We use a lot of shiftiness, a lot of speed, stuff like that. Maybe we'll see Myles Gaskin get in here. He's got fresh legs. I don't know. I still think taking Moser out on the outside, as long as we maintain our edges with Von Miller and Epinesa coming off on the edges like that. If Moser can do those runs he did last week where he's just getting out to the edge, using his speed, we can do pretty good. But they got a lot of speed on their defense. This is going to be a hard-fought game. The place to expose is their secondary right now, being banged up. But even that, to me, this run game, doing it and getting it effective, if the offensive line and the coaching staff can get this run game going, this outside zone, and we're playing some smash mouth early and keep away from that offense, it's going to pay dividends later in the game. Look no further than where their defense was in Baltimore in the fourth quarter. Gassed, tired, putting it on them. So they scored quick a couple of times in that game on us, and it hurt their defense. And later in the game, we did that. We're going to go through all that stuff. This is a good deal. What? I didn't hear him say that, Carla. I haven't been listening, I'll be honest. I don't think TD didn't say that. No way, TD. Come on. We gonna get him. We gonna get them to this weekend. This is, I don't want to say it's the end-all, be-all, but to me, this is how this is the Miami Dolphins come-out party potentially on Sunday against the Bills. They come out, handle business, and the whole NFL getting put on notice. That's what I want. So I don't see this looking anything like the past years the Bills have looked against us, because if you want to know what it's looked like, it was competitive for 3 quarters, then a gassed defense that can't keep up in the fourth, with an offense that finally figured something out, but it was too little too late with lack of weapons, lack of protection over these last 2-3 years. This is not going to be the case. This is not. That's right. This is our statement game. That's right. This is our statement game. No way. I'm never giving up on beating the Bills. This is the Bills coming to Jesus moment coming here. On a short week, this game we implement and we get on them, we're going to take care of business. And this is the week the narrative changes. Before we get into a little bit of that kind of stuff, I had an article here, and we're going to break down the film. We're going to look at stuff. We'll talk about the Bills. We'll get into all that. I'm just as jacked up as all of you guys. Working out something right now with Buffalo Fanatics. Maybe I'm going to host them. Maybe I'll go over there. We're going to start the trash talking. We're going to get it in. It's going to be fun. We need I want to get the Buffalo Fanatics on here, guys, and we could do the trash talk in good taste. You know what I'm saying? We'll go back and forth. We'll look at things. We'll judge each other's team, do a little bit of breakdown. We'll have a good time. But going back to last game, and I haven't looked so much at the film because I kind of want to go through that, guys, together. Like, I don't want to show up. I want to work through it with you guys. I don't want to say it's disingenuous to do it the other way because that's just not true. But I don't know. I just kind of want to do it that way. Sometimes I might even record these things already pre-done to receive. But if and when I got time, I'm gonna sit on here. We're gonna go through it together and everything like that. But something I didn't realize till going back a little bit, and I found an article about it, is one of the things that the Dolphins were doing were we dared Lamar to beat us with his arm. And we schemed and personneled to stop the run and keep Lamar contained at the same time. Even though he popped one, which is going to happen. It's Lamar. I can't believe he popped one for a touchdown like he did. Damn it. But, we didn't have Andrew Van Ginkel out there. And Andrew Van Ginkel, with the way he plays like his hair's on fire, showed up because we had schemed against the run. And I found a good article from Barry Jackson about it, and he's got some good notes, and we'll go into that real quick before we go into a little bit of Bills trash talk, and then we'll go look at the Dolphins tape. Hit the like button, everybody, on your way in, please. So, Barry Jackson article, Dolphins, titled, Dolphins Having Trouble Getting to the QP, Make Surprise Lineup Decision and Personnel Notes. So, and this is something we're going to need to see, is Jalen Phillips, Emmanuel Ogbah, Melvin Ingram, insert linebacker here. We need to get to Josh Allen, bring in 4. We got to do it. We got to, play either cover 2, cover 4, leave the linebackers off sometimes to play the underneath. We got to take away some of this pass attack, and we need to get home. Jalen Phillips has a big game this Sunday against the Bills, and we're gonna be sitting pretty. We gonna sit pretty. So, yes, Moss, we need to wear him down and control the clock and keep that mofo off the field. That's what needs to happen. So, all right, let's get through this article. So much has gone right for the Dolphins in this 2-0 start, but here's one thing that hasn't: the pass rush. The Dolphins tied for 5th in the NFL with 48 sacks last season, and it seemed to bolster their pass rush with addition of Melvin Ingram, who has 51 career sacks. But the Dolphins are tied for 28th in the league with only 2 sacks this season. Emmanuel Ogbah and Brandon Jones had sacks in the opener against the New England Patriots. And Miami didn't have any sacks against Baltimore, which is, it is Lamar Jackson, but there was a couple of times they should have got there. Jones' sack was a big one that led to a Mac Jones fumble, and Ingram ended up recovering that fumble for a touchdown. The Dolphins tormented Lamar Jackson last year with their blitz game in November, and ended up leaving the game with 4 sacks. On Sunday, the Dolphins had no sacks and only 5 pressures on 19 blitzes. And Jackson threw all 3 touchdowns against those blitzes. So, something to look at. Christian Wilkins has 0 quarterback pressures in 44 pass rush attempts. That is not good. Jalen Phillips has 2 quarterback pressures on 28 pass rush attempts on Sunday. And his 2 for 46 this season. though Pro Football Focus gave him a very good grade in marks against the run on Sunday. And I did notice Jalen Phillips staying gap sound, getting sideline to sideline, coming in from his outside linebacker position and getting lateral at, playing the run game. He did pretty good in that. Ogba just had one pressure on 21 pass rush attempts on Sunday. Javon Holland and Jones, who blitzed a combined 38 times in the Thursday night game against Baltimore, had only 5 combined on Sunday. Now, I think they abandoned the safety blitz because we were getting torched, bringing Jones down in the box, showing man coverage, and on their stacked formation with Javon Holland playing the only safety out there. That's the play we got beat on for the touchdown to Bateman, where Howard led him on the inside. There's another couple of plays we got torched on pretty good in that formation. Really, when the Dolphins made their adjustments, they started playing some cover 4 with all the linebackers up on the line showing 7. So they started playing a lot of cover 4 later in the game, and it worked really good. And we were stopping them with our front 7, and we were getting into the zone spots and not letting anybody behind us at that point. The adjustments made, and we'll see that. I'm just going off memory for that. I didn't even see that. I'm just remembering seeing that formation. I was like, ooh, look, they're dropping in cover 4. They're holding them down. So we'll get into some of that. Ingram had 2 pressures on 21 rushing snaps against the Ravens. He played 32 of 59 snaps. Andrew Van Ginkel, a key missing part, he had 4 sacks on 45 pressures last season, didn't play a single snap Sunday, and he only had 7 in the first week. So maybe Andrew Van Ginkel was a little banged up. We know he's still recovering from surgery. Hopefully he's 100% and fresh for this game coming up, because Andrew Van Ginkel is a big part on how we want to use his speed at the outside linebacker position to maintain not only running backs that try to leak out to the flat or anything like that, but Josh Allen trying to use his legs. And we didn't have him on Sunday. And maybe things would have been different if he was. We ended up playing Trey Flowers and stuff like that. The Dolphins played outside linebacker Jerome Baker quite a bit in the outside, and they used Duke Riley and Landon Roberts playing a lot on the inside linebacker. Baker played all 59 snaps on Sunday. Among those getting their first defensive snaps, Trey Flowers was brought in, as well as Sam Egwavon were both in on there. And, Andrew Van Ginkel, key, big deal. No, yes, Micah Hyde, I think he even came back. I think Micah Hyde's going to play. They're saying he's going to play. They're going to blitz every now and again, Carla. That's just kind of, you got to. But, yeah, we're going to need to play sound on the outsides. Because the problem is, you use your linebackers all dropping out too much, Allen will just use his legs. Fuck. That pen's killer. Holy cow. I know it. So, all right. A little bit of notes from Sunday's victory over the Ravens. Sorry, y'all. Wide receiver Tyreek Hill had 11 catches for 190 yards, and he leads the league in receiving yards with 284 right now. He has also become the only player in the past 10 years to score 2 touchdowns of 45 or more, or 45. Hold on. 45 of 45 or more yards. Jeez, it was written wrong. It was back. It was or and of. When it's supposed to be of and or. Tyreek Hill became the only player in the last 10 years to score 2 touchdowns of 45 or more yards in the fourth quarter of a game. He left the game briefly with cramps, but he did play 54 out of 71 offensive snaps. And that was the key. We had 71 offensive snaps. They had, I think, 59 offensive snaps. Jalen Waddle went 11 catches for 171 yards. He played 57 of the snaps. He began Monday second in the league with 240 yards, only behind Tyreek Hill at 284. Sunday marked the 4th time in NFL history that has had 2 players with at least 170 yards in the same game. The last time that happened was 2012 when Victor Cruz had 179 yards and Akeem Nicks had 199 for the Giants against Tampa. Cedric Wilson Jr. played 22 offensive snaps before leaving with a rib injury. Trent Sherfield logged 25 at the wide receiver snaps. River Craycraft got 16, and Craycraft caught his first touchdown of the year. Man, dude, how about us not having Craycraft on the 53 and still being able to scoop him? And he's immediately paying dividends. Man, I thought for sure someone was going to get him when we didn't have him on the 53. Tight end in a reversal from the opener, Mike Gesicki played more snaps than Durham Smythe. He had 44 and Durham Smythe had 35. And he caught all 4 of his targets, going for 41 yards and a touchdown for Mike Gesicki. And if you guys heard me, and I know it was a little wishy-washy, but right before the game, and I forget who it was that was asking me for their fantasy. I want to say it was HB in the back. But, like, I said, listen, this should be a Mike Gesicki game against the Ravens. It really, really should. But I just, how we've been seeing him used and everything like that, I just didn't know if the Dolphins were going to play him. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like that role is so diminished that, but matchup-wise, it was the right thing. The film told you that. But I still couldn't give him the go-ahead, and I was like, but I forget who he had. He had him and, it was David Njoku on his fantasy. And I said, bro, take Durham Smythe because I don't trust frickin' Brissett and David Njoku. I don't know what their numbers were, but I think he ended up taking them. Smythe was responsible for allowing that bad sack on missing the block, coming across in motion. And he just dives at his feet. He just looked a little late or whatever. Tanner Conner made his NFL debut. He played 1 snap on the offense, and he did have 15 on special teams. So shout out to Tanner Conner getting himself out there. Raheem, for the second week in a row, all tailbacks snaps went through Raheem Moser and Chase Edmonds. They damn near split their snaps. Raheem getting 39 and Chase Edmonds getting 36. Alec Ingold played 26 snaps, and he did an excellent job in the blocking formation. PFF has him ranked the 4th best offensive player. PFF rated him Miami's 4th best player on offense on Sunday, right behind Hill, Armstead, and Tua. So he had a block downfield on that Jalen Waddle. I think it was the Jalen Waddle catch, where he just upended Buddy. He just upended him. We'll have to catch that back on the game tape too. That was awesome to see. The offensive line, none of the starters allowed a single sack, and Tua had some good moves to help out with that. Right, even though we got a sack, that sack was on Durham Smythe, but Greg Little got the start, and Robert Hunt only permitted 1 pressure. Armstead and Connor Williams and Liam Eichenberg yielded 2 pressures. The Dolphins replaced Nick Needham with Kader Kohu to start the second half, and Needham didn't play again until the final 3 plays. So, damn. we're going to have to look closer on that film, but Nick Needham was getting, you know, a little something out there. Kader Kohu coming in. This kid's freaking killing it because the defense looked a hell of a lot better in that second half, and we're going to see what it as we look at the film. Per PFF, Needham allowed one pass thrown in his area to be caught for 12 yards. Kader Kohu permitted both passes thrown against him to be caught for 25 yards. But Pro Football Focus rates Kader Kohu as the league's best cornerback through 2 weeks of the season. So let that be heard. Kader Kohu, as it sits through PFF, is the best cornerback in it rated. Now, that's a little hyperbolic, obviously, because he hasn't played enough to dictate, but the young man is out here showing out, bro. Xavier Howard was targeted 8 times and allowed 5 completions for 119 yards, but the bulk of that coming on the 75-yard touchdown from Rashad Bateman. At cornerback, Howard played 52 snaps, Needham played 26, Kohu played 25, Keon Crossan played 20. Noah Igbenogany, who was inactive for the opener, played 7 snaps on special teams and none on defense. For the safeties, Holland played all 59 snaps, but Jones' playing time dropped somewhat to 38 snaps with the return of Eric Rowe, who missed the opener with that pectoral injury. Rowe played 35 snaps, and he allowed 6 of 7 passes in his coverage area to be caught for 62 yards. But him playing out in the passing game, covering the tight end, being there, taking away those options for Lamar, really started changing a lot of what the defense could do, and it showed in that second half. As expected, the Dolphins ended up signing Brandon Shell. I'm sure you guys heard. He's making it to the practice squad. They let go of defensive tackle Christopher Hinton. And that's it. Not bad. Yeah, I know, guys. Like, Kader Kohu out here showing out. Like, appreciate that. Saying. It's good to see this. Alrighty. So as the trash talk for Buffalo, alright guys, hold on a second. Gotta take a quick commercial break. So, this is what I get for trying to go a little earlier. So, hold on a second, everybody. But when we get back, we're going to go into an article talking about how big of a game this is coming up on Sunday against the Bills. It's going to be a huge, huge, huge game. Very excited to get it going. But just give me a second, guys.
Help. So, like, really need our help.
Save the Dolphins?
There's nothing wrong with the Dolphins.
Actually, 35%
Undefeated in 72. They come back, they win the Super Bowl again in 73.
It's a dynasty, man.
That's right. It's the other teams in the AFC East. They're the ones that need to be saved.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Dolphins. Dolphins. Dolphins.
Hi guys, welcome to the Backroom Collection. My name is Louis Cruz. I am your founder and lead designer here at the Backroom Collection. just wanted to give you guys a quick intro video to describe the products that you're buying while you're on our site, so you can visualize what it is you are purchasing. So our main product are canvases. As you can see on our website, we have tons of designs. This is what you're going to be receiving, as you can see here displayed on my wall. It is a canvas with the design that you choose, printed on canvas, and it's spread over a thick and sturdy wood frame. It has the hardware ready to hang up, so once you pull it out of the box, it's ready to hang on the wall. These are very high quality. Shipping takes about a week or so, but this is what you're going to be getting when you purchase one of our backroom collection canvases. Our second product are mini helmet visors that I'm going to be adding to the website this weekend, and it's for those who have autographed mini helmets. The visors are basically a display piece that attached to the face mask of the helmet to give your helmet some pop. So that's what you're getting when you purchase a mini helmet visor. It comes with the hardware to attach it to the face mask. So just wanted to give you guys a visual of what it is, so as you're browsing the website, you can kind of know what exactly it is that's going to be arriving at your front door. If you have any questions, you can contact me on my cell phone, on email, Twitter, Facebook Messenger. You can ask me any questions you guys have. I hope you guys have an awesome day. God bless and have fun shopping.
Hey.
Shooting star! Make a wish.
I want a divorce.
Me too.
No.
I caught you a fish. Enjoy your coffee. Black Rifle coffee.
One of the things about Fanatics that is core to our business is the fan experience. Our role is to make sure that when they do contact us, whether it's through voice, chat, or email, that we give them a really, really world-class experience.
It's not just answering the phones or taking a chat with a customer. There's a lot more that goes into it here at Fanatics than people might think. None of it is automated. It's all handheld and tailored by a customer service athlete to ensure that that customer gets the proper communication and gets a communication that it feels like it's coming from a friend.
Our goal is to ensure that no one thinks there's a robot on the other end of the phone. We ask our athletes to be themselves while trying to build rapport with our fans.
So just creating this overall great fan experience where it seemed effortless and easy to get what they needed done, but also have a great conversation in the process.
I think what might set us apart from a normal working environment is that the culture is completely sports related, and it drives us to provide the best customer experience for our customers.
Hi, I'm 1990's Anthony Sullivan, and I'm here to tell you all about a blast from the past called the Tap Line. No longer will you accidentally spill over your vodka in hopes of drinking away the fact that you brought a strange, abusive man home with you. Tapping it on is so fun, I bet you'll be calling us again in no time just to buy some more. When using the Tap Light, you have the choice to safely drink your problems away and escape from that strange man. Or you can just make your way to the bathroom and wash the warm, sticky guilt right off of your desperate hands.
No! Oh my God!
Tap it off to let him know it's time to tap you on. There's actually a lot of real, practical uses for this great product. You'll have to bear with me and ignore my shitty VHS tapes. There we go. What do you guys want to watch? You better get some ice for that toe. The tap light works great as a nightlight, unless you turn it off, and you better because this shit ain't cheap. Turn it off while you're taking a shit. Leave a whole trail of lights down the stairs to get rid of your kids. They'll follow them all the way out the door and you'll never see them again. Even if it's raining, go for it. Oh no, the boogeyman's coming. And if he's already got you by the legs, it's too late. Should have bought a tap light. Get one for the backseat of your car for those steamy romantic dates. Another lonely, rainy night? The tap light's here for you. Don't go around spending hundreds of dollars on these things because we're gonna give you 4 tap lights for $19.95. You can afford that, come on. Just don't eat lunch for like 2 days. You know what, I can already hear you complaining, so we're gonna go ahead and throw in 2 for free. That's like $60 right there. Okay, fine, I'll even throw in 24 half-used batteries. Half the fun is figuring out which ones are still good. Oh, jeez, come on, look at that. That's like an $80 value. You're sitting there, you're breaking my balls. Just give me a call.
Yeah. I like the Dolphins a lot. I think we should have a moment of silence for those 13 fucking cars in the parking lot.
Oh, my God.
They were just parked there, weren't they?
Just hanging out.
Waiting for their either renters or owners to global give it 100 feather.
That's right.
They'd be watching a game where mine.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Between the dog being bad and other stuff, I should have just waited a little bit longer. But anywho, all right, we're back on track. Friggin' that tap light commercial kills me, dude. Sitting there, you're breaking my balls. Give me a call. That shit is hilarious, bro. I love that thing. All right, let's get to this article about Sunday's game. You know, written by Dave Hyde, Sun Sentinel, talking about, you know, where we sit. Dolphins 2-0, Bills 2-0. Big freaking things. A lot can be either defined. It could be the same old Dolphins, or it could be watch out for these new Dolphins. I mean, a lot of narratives are going to be written come Sunday night or Sunday afternoon after this Dolphins-Buffalo game. It's going to be a big football game. So, Dave Hyde, article, Sun Sentinel. A Dolphins Sunday against Buffalo suddenly big enough to dream about. There's no need to oversell this. There's no need to pretty up the Miami Dolphins next game with dramatic words or historical themes like how it would be the biggest regular season victory since clinching their last AFC East title at the New York Jets on the last day of the 2008 season. He also puts that was 14 years ago, by the way, which is, thanks for digging in. That year was an oasis and hunger and a larger 2-decade of swill, too. Jeez, David Hyde with the friggin' adjectives. You could say there's a bigger you could say this is bigger because beating Buffalo on Sunday would represent an overachievement like the 2008 season was, or wouldn't just represent that. It would unlock the imagination in a manner for Dolphins fans haven't been able to do so in football generations. Gosh, Dave Hyde, you always do this, bro. Every time I read Dave Hyde, it's just this. He's a good writer. He's definitely a different type of writer. He just takes this whole dramatic tone with the article. But again, with the realization there is no need to hype Sunday's game between the 2-0 Dolphins and the 2-0 two-time defending AFC East champs Buffalo Bills, here's what's at stake. If the Dolphins win, you can consider them a contender. That's the shit I want. Tua will shatter all notion of a lot of things with a nice sound victory against Buffalo and a great game played by him. Makes us a contender. That's right. Let's pause and think of it. Contention, Dolphins fans. We're not talking about playoff, this, that, and third. We're talking about, damn, this football team just beat one of the Super Bowl favorites this year after beating the after handling business at home against Bill Belichick, after coming back and beating the Baltimore Ravens the way we had in that second half, to then beating the Buffalo Bills, a favorite to go to the Super Bowl, changes everything with the narrative here. Buffalo has the pressure. It's on them. We'll see them again. It's week 3. They're weak in their secondary. They're coming on a short week, albeit that a Titans team that couldn't do much against them. They have the pressure on this game. They do. And I believe they have the arrogance that's going to cost them dearly if they're not careful. When's the last time you can imagine the Dolphins as a contender? Don't say when you squeaked into the playoffs in 2016 or even in 2008. Making the playoffs were those ceilings, and they were false ones, as Dave Hyde writes, as the following years proved. And let's note, those were just flashes in the pan. You're talking about not figuring it out later in the year, giving some context to Dave Hyde here. Talking about coming out the gates, playing and growing this way could write a season of absolute success for the Dolphins. Don't say the last time you imagined the Dolphins as a contender was when Sports Illustrated picked them for a Super Bowl win team back when Nick Saban was in his second year in 2006. That season drove Saban to Alabama. Coach Jimmy Johnson had an aging Dan Marino and the league's best defense in 1998, but even Johnson didn't think they were a top-end contender. Don Shula's last great team would say was the 1994 season, when they blew a halftime lead against San Diego of 21-6 and were knocked out of the playoffs with a 22-21 loss. Some would say the 1992 season, when they advanced to the AFC Championship game and then lost 29-10 to Buffalo, ran the slip screen to Thurman Thomas. Everybody remembers that play. I don't even know why he wrote this. Why are you doing this to me, Dave? The last 3 decades ago, Buffalo lost 4 Super Bowls, gone a couple of decades without missing the playoffs, and rebuilt itself into AFC East gold standard since then. The Dolphins, they've wandered through the desert the past 20 years. Now comes a defining game in week 3. Sure, it's early. It's still September, but it's not too early to push the Dolphins into a conversation of contenders if they win this game. Should the Dolphins be favored? Some have things going for them. They're at home. It's in that September heat. They won with suffocating defense against New England and an electric offense against Baltimore. Buffalo is on a short week too, after dismantling Tennessee on Monday night 41-7. I mean, it was an embarrassment. But there's no chance the Dolphins should be favored in this win. That's not just because they've lost 7 straight to Buffalo, but it's because Buffalo is the best team in the NFL through 2 weeks. The Bills beat the defending Super Bowl champ in the LA Rams and defended the number 1 seed in the AFC by a combined 72-17. Damn. You also can love a quarterback Tua Tagovailoa's coming out party in the fourth quarter against Baltimore. If it's looked back as that someday. Okay. Jeez. Buffalo Bill has Josh Allen. That makes Buffalo a contender as long as he plays there like Marino once did for the Dolphins. There has been times over the past couple of decades the Bills-Dolphins rivalry lacked juice, and that's not just the juice O.J. Simpson Jeez, dude, God, but you know what? I'm never reading another fucking Dave article. It is just too fucking much, dude. This is ridiculous, Dave. This was bitter stuff. The 1972 Dolphins stood across the line, and a cursed Bills running back, 3 touchdowns, you chickens. Dolphins linebacker Nick Bonacani told you, look, scoreboard. I mean, this nostalgia article, I just didn't need it right now. There's been other times over the past 2 decades this rivalry lacked consequence, primarily because New England won 17 AFC East titles in the last 19 years, and everyone else was playing the participation trophy award. There also has been times where the moment drama, like when Buffalo knocked Joe Philbin's 2012 Dolphins out of the playoffs, and 2020 knocked the Brian Flores ones out. These are the things I want to hear about, because this is how Buffalo's played spoiler to the Dolphins over the last few years. Not the Jets, and nobody even Jets don't do nothing. When this one and the landscape changes, losing doesn't mean either team is out of anything. Buffalo's a great team already. The Dolphins with a win will prove that they are in the conversation too. That's kind of what I was saying there. God, dude, Dave fucking Hyde, Jesus. So much crap. I'm trying to skim through it to pull out all the shit. I get it. It was a nostalgia piece, and I get he's trying to amp up the rivalry, but I want more of the thing. The rivalry has been sad because the Dolphins have allowed themselves to lose so often to the Bills, and the Bills have, had figured out their quarterback situation and always spoiled us on defense anyhow. This ain't the case no more. This is where the Dolphins are going to get their shit together against this Bills team. I think it comes with some good run game, guys, honestly. They get this run game going. That's what the design is. You keep their offense off the field, keep our defense fresh. When we find ourselves in the fourth quarter in a close game, we can pull away, and Tua's getting hot, moving that football in the passing game on their tired defense, because Josh Allen's going to continue to do what they do. And as long as our defense is there, going to make plays, and that's what it's going to come down to, I think, in the fourth quarter, getting a victory, is our defense making the plays and their defense not. That's how this game's script gets made for a win for the Dolphins. Outside of just a fucking blowout, which I don't foresee that. And the way in which they'll win is the way they win all their games. They go 100 miles an hour, and they continue to use that offense and throw on you. Their defense makes plays. Their D-line is, looking to disrupt, looking for sacks, looking for, strips. Von Miller's coming off that edge. Gotta maintain him. He against that, our offense against that defense, he's the biggest wild card against us in that way. He's the one that could wreck our game plan. So we gotta account for him in some way. And everything else, I think, can handle itself with the way their back end is at this moment, where I think just our speed can match up fine with them when we need to. But Von Miller needs to be accounted for, and that's how we find our way to a nice victory. And the run game, I think, neutralizes a lot of that. I really do, especially with the outside zone. You can get him out on an island on one and go right off the inside of him if you can get help on the inside, obviously. But listen, this is a statement game that we can make and really rewrite the narrative. The pressure's on them. We lose to them. No one was picking us to win anyhow outside of us. The Vegas isn't going to have the odds in our favor. Don't get it twisted. And they're not going to look so whatever. They're going to play it safe. It's going to be 4 to 6 point spread come game time. If it gets to 3 or 3.5, I'll be surprised. But I expect it to be 4 or more until we do something about it. And they scored 41 points too. So that's all. They've been scoring points. They are scoring points. But we can win the game doing it this way. So let's go ahead and get into some of this film. Alright. Oh, let me take this thing off because I'm like hidden behind it. Boom. Hit the like button, everybody. Alright. So, we're not just going to sit here and look at all the great stuff or whatever. We're going to try to go through some things, you know. Didn't know that they weren't going to... You can't watch the interceptions on the All-22. You can watch it in the game replay, but can't watch it in the All-22. And I wanted to look at them. I know they were ugly, but I just wanted to look at them because I really wanted to adjust the... To see the in-game adjustment that happened. There were some bad throws into some bad coverages by Tua, and they cleaned it up at the second half. And I wanted to see how and which ways and just the way it was coached. But there's really not a good angle to get it from. So we'll just have to, you know, look at what they did good in the second half and equate, okay, here's why it worked now and didn't work then. So because those aren't, I can't get the sideline view or the back view that I want to get from it. But, all right, let's get in up here. Oh, that was kickoff. Okay, so right away we're starting, you know, down. Because they brought the kickoff back, as everybody knows. So if you guys remember, during the week before I did my film breakdown, or, well, I didn't even get to it because we had technical difficulties. But I had predicted that he was going to be able to take Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert were going to be able to use the wide angle, you know, on these pitches or whatever, just to take the far angle and use their speed against their D-line, outside linebackers, whatever you want to call them, and be able to get nice yards. And they come out the game running it right away. Dolphins using, you know, tight end at the top of the screen. Everyone just shifts down. Brings it all the way back. Nice little move. Don't even get touched for 5-6 yards off the ball for a 6-yard run. So they're in too high right now with man coverage underneath. They drop him down in the zone. Good play. This play never really works for the Dolphins in the past. You guys know this little screen play real quick. For always and forever, it just seemed like it just never worked. But when you got guys like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and how defenses play you, they start respecting you, and they start working. And especially they work good after a run, and for whatever reason, we never had a run game either. Tua out the shotgun. Smythe comes into motion across the screen. Tua fakes the handoff, pitch right there, catches him in the soft zone underneath. Beautiful throw and catch on that one, guys. We got doubles at the top. Little handoff using our speed. And look, just using the speed on that to Raheem Mostert. Hold on, see if this is it again. No, this isn't it. This is the last play. But on this next play, I want you to see this was something that if we set the edge, especially how we do in motion, come down into motion now right here, the Bills defense is a little bit more sound. It's going to be harder. Their linebackers aren't going to be nearly as far off this play like this. They're going to read this coming all the way. And I don't know if we should be doing so much of that. I'd like to see a little bit of trickery on something like that. But against the Bills. But this worked good. Oh, jeez. Look at that. Can't even watch that playback. That one's just not working. This is the problem with it. Little comeback route. Waddle should, I don't know. Tua could have put a little bit of more air underneath it, but is what it is. That's nice. That's a nice tight window throw to Mike Gesicki right there. And this is the thing that, I mean, Mike's got the best hands on the football team. That's just all there is to it. Buddy can reach out there and snatch a ball. And I don't know, like, to me, some of these windows are going to be hard to hit with the linebackers in coverage with Buffalo. And I don't know how much they'll utilize him, but I think you can always kind of count on Mike Gesicki if you put the ball where he can go snatch it. He doesn't body the ball all that great, to be honest with you. But he rarely even does, because even if he's a body throw, he just reach out further and grab it. He's just good at doing that. So, as far as him being utilized in the Buffalo game, I don't know. But this is exactly how you want to use him. Lined up in the slot. When he's lined up in the slot going out on a route, that's when he's at his deadliest. Out of the blocking to passing game, he's still struggling on that. That it's just not giving him time to get his momentum, because he's not a quick guy. He's a fast enough guy, but it's like it takes him a second to get going. Thump. It's a friggin' good throw. It's a good throw and an even better catch right there. To under center out of the power I formation. Slide over. This shit right here. I want to point this out. If you guys remember, early before the season started, I did a film breakdown of Mike McDaniel, what I'm hoping we were going to get, and I pointed out the running thing. This exact run and formation is exactly what I wanted to see brought to the Dolphins. So you got the tight end down here, inline formation on the strong side. You got the wide receivers only two out, and you got your power I formation. You got speedy wide receivers. So although they're bunching in here, everyone's got to play tight and play the run. But we also can expose you over the top in a later play if Tua keeps his ball and finds the matchup downfield between both these guys on either a deep crosses or deep post or go routes. So look for that to happen later in the season at some point, because the Dolphins did this a couple times on Sunday, and they're going to do this a couple times all year. And one or two of these times, Tua's going to keep this football. And either Alec Ingold will leak back into the flat, and he can hit him if he needs to, if one of these rushers comes free. Or Tua's going to be sitting over here, reset his feet to his throwing arm, and look downfield and see who's furthest and heave this bitch. So, but the formation I like in this on this stack end is right before the snap, using Ingold, and he goes into this slide motion right at it, and it just sets up the blocking downfield. Great blocking from Tyreek Hill as well. And look at where Raheem Moser ends up getting the ball. Or I think that's Chase Edmonds. I can't tell. And I want to see this on another angle too. But look at this. Look at the line of scrimmage he's about to cross. There ain't nobody there. And now here's a perfect outside zone type of deal. He could cut back in, which I believe he does, because there's the open grass, and this is how it works when you're doing it effectively. Shout out to the O-line, got it cleaned up a lot, looking a hell of a lot better, and I'm excited to see how it grows. But you have essentially, you find your hole, and you can do one of three things with it. You can bang it back on the inside, you can take it straight up, or you can bounce. So right here, it's showing a bang inside. Ugh, goodness gracious, let me rewind it. Thump, sticks his foot in the ground, and just gets parallel for a decent gain. And it's an effective running game like this that I think we're going to need this Sunday coming up to really start setting up that play action, set up everything we want to do good on this. I'm going to see if I can find this in the other angle. God dang it, dude. I knew they were going to do this. It like restarts the whole friggin' thing all over again. Just give me a second, guys. Let it get its reloading coming on. Okay, so we'll get back at it. And the Dolphins offense came out pretty hot in the game. They literally were moving the ball good. The interception was bad, but I felt pretty good in the beginning of the game. It was, got a little carried away there. Everybody started getting Joe Philb and queasy up in this ma. But, jeez Louise. Where is it? No. I don't know where it went. Maybe this is it. I don't know. Damn, dude. Totally lost the play. I ain't doing that again. That was a bad move. Yeah, hold on. We're past this. We're just going to have to keep with that sideline view. Because going back and having to find my spot again, I guess I could mark it next time. So here it is, 1st and 10 on the 33. There it goes. Just a clean run. That's the bread and butter that this offensive blocking and running should stay at. Yeah, the next play was the interception, so that was the last play that they're going to show me. They didn't show us the interception. I believe that was the tip interception that Tyreek Hill did or said that he hit. To be honest, the safety broke down good on the ball. I want to say Waddle was on man-to-man. Whether he had the angle or not, I can't even tell because it's too far out of the picture. But I gotta feel that the better option was to the other side of the field when I see 3 people or something like that. So I wish I could break it down a little bit better other than memory, but we'll continue. Right now the Ravens are on offense, and so the Dolphins ran the run. I mean, got tripped up there. And although they did get some decent running, as you can see, they're keeping 5 up on the line. These guys are going to sometimes they're going to hang back. Sometimes they're going to come for the pass rusher. But what they're going to do is I think they were rotating spying at times, even on Lamar. Setting the edges. Man, just got lucky on that one. Mark Andrews should have had that. Brandon Jones did not hold up in the passing game all that well. He got lucky on that one. And this play, I got to say, I remember seeing this. This is a terrible play. Just a freaking delayed corner blitz like this and leaves this man all the way out nowhere. This could have, this is the type of play that could end up in a touchdown even. Because if Lamar doesn't take this and he hits somebody beat on down here, the safety's playing this man coming up. But geez Louise, dude, I hated this blitz. Shame on you, Josh Boyer, for calling this corner blitz. Like, look at this. Like, seriously? Terrible. Buddy could have housed that if shit went a little bit different. Hated that play. I remember seeing that going, what the hell was that? Now, they were there, but poor gap integrity on these guys. Just sitting flat rather than going to the tackler and just allow the lane to go. So everybody did their job. The linebackers come down to fit the gaps. They're playing, they read run. You got man-to-man on the edge, and it's an obvious run. Here comes the pulling. As soon as a linebacker you see that this formation coming, you have to play the run. You got to fit it in. And look, there they are. Should have had the tackle on this inside. good pickup by the guard on the other end. But look, there they are. They're right around him. They should have had him. Man, this wishbone shotgun is just hard to beat, but the Dolphins didn't. Dolphins did all right playing it on those runs like that. That option wishbone. Out of a powder eye, 2 tight ends in there, just up the gut. That was a 3rd and short. I mean, that freaking fullback that they got some meat on his bones, bro. That's a big boy. That's a big boy. They used him a lot too, and really, that's what dictated, how the Dolphins read and played their defense, and using, going a little bit more power and linebacker rather than a little bit more speed with a, Andrew Van Ginkel, who didn't get in the game. Christian Wilkins had some decent run stuffs. I mean, look at this formation, bro. 3rd and 1 again. I thought we stopped them there, but I think they said that. Yeah, no, we did. We brought them up to 4th and 1. And they ended up hitting us on this one, but we held them at the goal line on that 4th and 1. That was huge at the time. It could have started really getting away from us at that point. Lamar out of the shotgun. Motion comes down, keeps double a screen. Motion goes back to the screen. Hit the back of his leg. I don't know what happened. They called this a false start or something, and they blew the play dead beforehand. I thought they were going to let that play go. That would have been amazing, because it looked like we could have ran the exact same play and ended up taking the man in motion on the little freaking wheel route type of deal, whatever you want to call it. So, for some odd reason, they've got the penalties in here, but they don't have the interceptions and turnovers like that. Why? Why is it not on there? That's just dumb. So every interception thrown is not on the 22 for what you're telling me. That's just ridiculous. Mark Andrews doing Mark Andrews things. Yeah, they really went after Brandon Jones in the passing game when they found that matchup. They were excited to see that. But see, the Dolphins played all right, even when the holes were there. Zach Sealer and Christian Wilkins were doing a good job, crashing them down and getting some run stops. Even though they were, getting across the line, they weren't gouging us the way they could have. Fucking Lamar. I mean, there's no way to defend that when he's got a little bit of room and a potential blocker. He's going to go for it. And because he runs like that, it really messes it up. But see, there goes us getting some penetration on that. Brandon Jones in there. That's when Brandon Jones is at his best. You got Brandon Jones out in coverage against some of these tight ends. It's really exposing us. I think this is where we hold them. 1st and goal. They try to run up. They get about to the half-yard line. And then I think this is where they take them all the way again and again. They run that same formation, that wishbone option out of the shotgun type of deal. Run the same thing off the same place and held them again. Defense held up. That bend don't break defense is real, guys. And we do our best to make plays. They called this a touchdown, but I thought for sure we stopped him. And then when they showed the replay, he was well short of it. Here they are going for it on 4th and goal, and Lamar fumbles. That's right. That's right. Lamar wanted to stick his hand over and never had a good grip on it and just rolled right between his legs. Gave us some room and everything. All right, so hold up. I think that's Smythe. No, that's Alec Ingold that was lined up in the tight end position, and they got Smythe on the other end of the screen, and he comes into motion on here. There's Raheem Mostert sitting in the backfield, and I believe that's Tyreek Hill at the bottom of your screen and Jalen Waddle at the top. I mean, it's a good show of a potential run. It's a way to disguise it for a little bit, too. It's definitely red run the whole way, and it looked like a run. Está no bueno on that. Can't have that. They swallowed us up. That would have been the exact play to have Tua roll out and maybe even a designed run for Tua just to get some room to work with. But here's how the Dolphins respond on 2nd and 13. They go 5 wide, and they bring 4. They hold tough, and watch this play here. This is Waddle. Thump. Tua recognizes, and you can see him going through all his progressions here. And I know we've been critical at times that Tua gets caught staring his wide receivers down, and he has. But he goes through his progression super good on this. Watch him scan the field and notice the DB had his back to him and took the shot. Before he fell, he saw that he had his back to his wide receiver, and that was Waddle down here. And that's when he was like, oh, I'm going to that guy right now. You can watch him in the backfield going through his progressions. He looks left, check his 2, look right, takes an assess, he's seen a back, and took the Waddle, and Waddle made it work. Look at Alec Ingold right here. This is Alec Ingold deep downfield, grabbing across his safety. This is Alec Ingold lined up wide. I love this play, and I love seeing a freaking fullback on this football team that they trust enough downfield like this. Look at him all the way down there. And look at this. And don't kid yourself, guys. Tua wanted the ball to end up in Waddle's hand, and that they've practiced this because that's you got your blocker downfield. Get your blocker downfield with the playmaker in his hand. This shit could have gone to the house too. Look at that. The safety comes over and makes a good play on this, taking a wide angle. But damn, if Waddle would have stepped to the outside and towed the line earlier, maybe he could have housed that bitch. Awesome play design. And that's something, you put him in a disadvantage having a wide receiver block that's actually your fullback, and having a fullback that's fast enough to be downfield to do that. So we got the tight end down at the bottom of the screen. Looks like it's Durham Smythe. And you got Tyreek Hill to the bottom. Tua's out of the shotgun with, I believe that's Mostert next to him. Waddle's at the top of the screen, and Alec Ingold's playing the slot right now. Hill comes to motion to the top of the screen. Look for that little screen hitch. Got your fucking, again, another utilization of the fullback. I'm going to rewind that a little bit. Having him out there as a wide receiver. Alec Ingold, I see why he scored so big. Buddy was out there making plays all over the joint. Having him lined up here in the slot as a potential wide receiver stretches the line. You get the ball out into space again. Back-to-back plays using the fullback in the passing game as a wide blocker, getting him on a fucking safety or some shit, or a nickel corner or something, just to maul people with protection for your wide receivers out there. What a great man, Mike McDaniel, bro. Gotta love this guy. Check this out again. Thump. Look at him get a hat on a hat downfield. And I guarantee you in practice, it's okay. This is what Mike McDaniel's saying. He's going, okay, Waddle, okay, Hill, okay, insert wide receiver here. On this play, after you get the ball, you go find Alec. Look for his jersey out there and run that way. That's where the play is at. I guarantee it. Because look at what Hill does. He immediately looks for where Alec Ingold is to get behind him, because that's where the play is. Look, There he is. Takes the outside angle. Oh, boop, boop. Nice play made. Great play design, too. And fucking Alec Ingle worth every dime. Offset eye to a under center. Little fake pitch. I like that, too. I like that, too. Little quick wha-bam. To Trent Sherfield. Nice little fake pitch. They're gonna drop back. I'm gonna go back to that play. Playing a little off ball. The play is good. Now I wonder if this play was called. I gotta think it was the pass here off ball, but Tua probably has every ability to be able to throw this pass or pitch this ball. And gosh, why did that? All right, forget it. Try it again. But I like this play. Show him your back and just quick too. So Tyreek Hill comes to motion in the slot. Tua's under center. You got, I think that's, that's Ingold or Smythe over here. And I want to say that's Mike Gesicki playing at the top of the screen with Waddle back here. And you got Moser, the single back. Oh, yeah, that was that pass to Smythe, yeah. That's just a clean little flat play. Okay, so this play, again, great design. The target on this play is off the play action, okay? And you'll notice the offensive linemen get downfield. Now, this is like a, I don't know, like almost like a deep curl route, if you want to be real. If you watch, because curl routes are usually a little bit more, but it's designed for him to catch the ball on like a stutter move inside, then turn up field, and the offensive lineman should be out past that point, because you can see the blocker come all the way out to the top of the screen. So there's the play action. Little bit of like a crosser. Maybe it wasn't as deep as I thought. It just looks that deep from back here. But he's coming back on like a curl, and he's going to get behind his blocking. Wide receivers blocking. Look at the I think that's the center and the guard right there, charging out, trying to get to the second level. Neither one of them even worry about putting a hat on for pass blocking in this situation, about pass blocking this linebacker here. Both are running past him, trying to get out to the second level, to the corner and the safety to set the edge. They get out, boom, right out in front, creates that lane. Even though linebackers, I think that's an outside linebacker coming up in the hole right now. Jalen Waddle just too quick, too shifty in the hole. And right here, this play is why the discussion between Jalen Waddle and Chase Edmonds is why I lean on Jalen Waddle, not Chase Edmonds, for a weapon, because of this touchdown play right here. And he just shifty in there, boom. There you go. And they take the extra point. They do the kickoff. Oh, something real quick. I'm pretty sure that kickoff by Jason Sanders was designed to go out the back of the end zone, not whatchamacallit, not get run back. So let's see here a second. All right, so out of the shotgun, they got two wide receivers down, playing a super strong right out of this situation, with the lone running back playing offline with that's the fullback, and having the tight end in a tight formation with the wide receiver at top of the screen. Lamar Jackson calls that. And here's where it got ugly. Here's where it got ugly. They played tight to the ball and create this gap. He read the safety. This is easy pitch and catch. I mean, look, this formation shows where you should be playing and leading run, but damn, dude, obvious confusion on this, and Holland got a little bit too shallow, and X didn't jam him, nothing at the line. Here it comes. Cater Kohu going in motion to follow. I mean, it was a bad play call for their good play call. Dolphins bit hard on that run, and Holland came up. They cleared the safety with the underneath because everyone else is playing the run on, I believe that's Mark Andrews. Holland comes up to play, and no one was there for the help. Just a bad. See, what's them bringing that safety blitz the way they did, and essentially everyone except for the middle linebacker who's watching and got caught peeking. Just a bad deal, bro. Look at that. Thump. God, Landon Roberts looks slow as hell too. Landon Roberts is the underneath coverage. So really, if you want to blame a lot of people, there's a couple of blames. Terrible play call, number one. Number two, Landon's not selling it very good, right? Or he's biting too hard to drop back in his coverage zone right here where he's supposed to play a little deep on this play. Look at him. He gets all sucked into that run. Just a terrible play call all the way around. And Bateman's fast as a muh. Apparently. I didn't know he was that fast. I knew he was that fast, but he definitely made Howard look slower than I thought he was. Let's put it that way. Even though I know Howard's not the fastest guy ever. So Tua's under center. We've got strong right with Smythe down here in formation. Single back is Edmonds. And nice little rollout play. I mean, they just played it well. I like the play design. This type of stuff, although it's not hitting big on certain plays in and out, a missed tackle with the playmakers turns into big plays. But also, just as important, these plays are the plays designed to set them up later. You get them guessing, you get them biting, you get people running all the way to the left and having to chase all the way back to the right. This is how you tire a defense out with sideline-to-sideline plays. The problem in the past was Dolphins, anytime we tried to do a sideline-to-sideline play, not only did it not result in some yards gained, it typically resulted in no gain or yards lost. So it just wasn't able to sell things in the blocking scheme the way they were. No one was buying it. And in motion is Smythe, handoff. Here's some of that inside stuff. Gotta fight for those yards that way. Gotta take a piece out of their ass every now and again. Out of the shotgun. Going 4 wide from the motion. So, gotta do a better job having a little awareness to know where the sticks are. So, but that's all right. It happens. Dolphins on 4th and 1. 2 out of the shotgun. This is where we have Ingold take it up the gut right there. Boom. Alec Ingold. Guy was a fucking champion, bro. Second effort, too. Didn't really have it on the real get-go, but that second effort got it in there. They did the same shit to us earlier in the game. 2 out the shotgun. So this, just being critical, and this is something I want to know if I speculate that they could or should work on with Tua a little bit, and I want to kind of see Tua do this a little more. And he's still young, might get it. But I want to see Tua do that, like, back pedal on his tippy toes throw in the screen game like this. Because on this on this route, this kind of like slow wait route is what they're called when a running back does it. On this slow wait route, it's designed to go to the running back. It's kind of designed to let that free rusher come out of there, the outside linebacker in this situation. And if you look, watch the wide receivers at the top of the screen. They're playing off-ball safety, and that they're playing only single high. So the man that's supposed to come up with the strong left in this play, because you see where all three linebackers are set, your middle linebackers set up over the tackle and whatever. Because of how they're sat, this will linebacker's got to come out and make an open field tackle on Chase Edmonds in motion right now. And if he makes this guy miss, these wide receivers get deep enough. One, they'll take him out of the play, and two, they get out and block. And this could be a big play in the future. Just being critical here, but when they do this little slow wait, I'd like to see Tua maybe start backpedaling and throwing off his back foot a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And see that come into his litany of weaponry, because just something I notice other quarterbacks do, and I think it would utilize him. A little bit of back pedal, tippy toe. Look, see right there, he could have done some back pedal and just get a little air under it. That's all. That's all. Just being critical. And they bring the blitz up the gut on this one. And that was the piss poor block on Durham Smythe. He just comes into motion, and he's got to get across the screen. He just looked like he just was trying to run faster than he was capable of, and didn't think he was going to get there in time, and he just dove at Buddy's feet. Look. He just got shook. He knew it, too. It's all right. It's not like Durham Smythe does that a lot, and it happens. Gave up a sack. It's the only sack given on the day. To evade some pressure on this one, and honestly, it was best that it wasn't caught, but they started blitzing a little bit, and it was a good dial up by the D on that one. Lamar out of the shotgun, little RPO quarterback keeper. He's going to do that. The Ravens design those types of runs just to make you remember that Lamar is a weapon and gonna run the ball on you. They always do that. So they're playing cover 4 right now, and this wasn't bad when we did a lot of this, showing the freaking blitz on the sides. I don't know why he let all that room happen though. I think that's is that Howard on the edge again? Howard just sat. Ooh, looked like he just stuck his foot a little bit. Just took the wrong angle on this one. Look. It's all right. I mean, it's going to happen. Can't hate on Howard when he does so much, usually, you know? Out of that wishbone again. That, like, option wishbone. A little bit of outside running, but I mean, we had him there. They got that second effort when the freaking fullback pushed in there. That fullback was fucking beastly, dude. That guy's good. Fullback in motion now. Oof. Goes Lamar extending the play. Freaking, I want to say that was Phillips on the edge over there. He was so close to getting home, too. Fullback again in motion with 2 tight ends set. Mark Andrews doing Mark Andrews things. I mean, they like that matchup with Mark Andrews against Brandon Jones, and I mean, I don't blame him. It's the matchup I would have picked too. Brought him down to the 1, and then they get it to Mark Andrews on the next play. He did stop him short, but it was, like I said, it was already going to happen. Dolphins just bit on the run like they were going to keep it or do some shit. Nobody just No one accounted for him the whole time. All right, I want to look at that again. So they fake the run. Gets hung up in traffic right here. I think that's Cedric Wilson. And I want to say this is Durham Smythe that comes leaking out the back. Jalen Waddle downfield. So what happened on this, if Hill didn't get all busted up in that route, he would have been there for Tua in the design of the play. Man, I really wish Tua would have looked back over his shoulder and not keyed up on that, because he had fucking, I think that's Smythe deep downfield on the side. I know it's across his body, and also he's got a couple of guys in his line of sight, but I just being nitpicking on here, but hell's yeah, good play design. If Tua starts feeling a little bit more comfortable, and maybe if he rolls out just a little bit deeper, I would like to see him go a little deeper. I know there's questions on arm strength and stuff like that, but I think he's got enough ability to play a little bit deeper on some of these rollouts, and it'll give him that half a second or at least a little bit more room for the line of sight to catch Smythe coming on this side of the field over here. But kind of keyed up on Hill, probably looked down, and I get it that the design here is to look at both these routes, but the progression I hope to see over this season is him looking back across the field, because Mike McDaniel's going to have a potential out somewhere. Because if all these guys are over here blocking these wide receivers and stuff like that, that means somebody potentially somewhere else is uncovered. And that's when Tua starts finding that. Well, he does later in the game, starts finding some of that. And that was Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle a couple times. But catching fucking your tight end deep downfield like this, or your fullback deep downfield like this, will put a dagger in a bitch early and often. You start doing some shit like that in the second quarter. But just wanted to point it out. We're just going through them, guys. I don't have any keyed up, so we get to see all the great stuff here in the second half anyhow. There was some mistakes, and that was something I thought we were going to have a lot more open. The Ravens played a lot of their coverages up and down, with how they did it. They left their linebackers a little shallower than they did against the Jets at time, but as you see, they're playing too high, man-to-man, down on the edges. And I had expected a lot more of this being open for us, but they didn't show a lot of this type of stuff often. But Tua was able to just pick up the underneath stuff, and easy peasy. But they did good, changing it up in their defense. Power I formation, tight end at the top of your screen. A little slide and pitch. I love that shit, bro. Again, you guys seen me earlier in the video calling this the bread and butter. This is the bread and butter for this freaking this team right here. When you got a a single tight end at the top of your screen, you just shuffle your fullback, pitch to the outside, and pick up a couple of yards on this. I mean, damn, dude. It's something I appreciate, because I've seen my Dolphins not be able to do this for years. And Mike McDaniel in week 2 seems to be getting it out of us. And look, just a little bit of motion by the fullback. Pitch to the outside. Picks up the first half. The outside and the inside were closed, but the bang was back in. So you just put your foot in the ground and read it. That's what that zone read is on that. That's how it works. Go back and watch that video. You'll see I explain it. So I'm guessing the call in this play is to Hill in motion. And I want to say Waddle might even be the third read on this play because it looked like the ball got there late. So Hill comes into motion. You got Alec Ingold over here in the back end. And I want to say that's Chase Edmonds as the single back. And then you've got Waddle down here at the bottom of the screen. Hill comes into the slot after the motion. Yeah, it looks like Tua's looking to hit Hill, but the safety, the in-the-box safety, plays underneath. And look, here they are, letting the safeties end up bracketing Hill on this play. But looks like Tua's already caught him. Now look, yeah, see, he looked, probably seen the safety, then chose to throw to Waddle, and just got there a little, I don't know, he needed to put a little bit more cheddar on it. It was the right time, right everything. DB made a good play in makeup time off his coverage and getting there quick. Tua could have, whatever. Going 5 wide on this one. It's 3rd and 5. Boom. This is one the refs did us no favors, guys. Called some ugly penalties. Terrible thing on this. The forward motion where he caught the ball was at the first, and they totally fucked us over on this and called him back. Totally screwed us around. Brings up a 4th and 1. Tua takes it up the gut and gets there with room to spare. So brings up the 1st and 10. Got the tight end going to the top of the screen. Listen, I'd like to see Tua hit this, obviously, but this play was damn near dead in the water. Because the outside linebacker or defensive end, pass rusher, whatever you want to call him, didn't bite on that run at all. And he damn near got Tua, but Tua used his speed and legs to get out there, and I like to see that. I'd like to see him hit this ball, but just a little high on him. Just got away from him a little bit. He'll hit that in other situations. Just got a little high on him, that's all. He was having to use extra strength on that his legs and running away from the pass rusher, so he he was all put a little extra juice on it when he shouldn't have. The next play, I'm guessing, was the interception because they end up coming out on defense now. So this is what sucks about the All-22. I'd like to see where things went wrong in the interceptions a little bit and go over it. The Dolphins are playing man coverage with too high, and shit. Fucking Lamar. He sees everybody playing off ball like that with the man coverages. He's just going to fucking run it. What an asshole. Got trips at the top. Jeez, dude. This is what happens with a guy like Mark Andrews. You see the corners come and converge up underneath and just open up the hole for Mark Andrews, or excuse me, for the wide receiver behind him. I want to see who loses them in their coverage. Let's see again. Look at these guys are converging triple team on him, and this exact type of pass and play is the one you'll see almost this exact stuff happen on this play where that guy's Tyreek and this is Tua throwing it later in the game. Gosh, stop doing that. There we go. I mean, good pass off I'm thinking that's Holland at the top of the screen. But I don't know who this is. I think that was Needham that got sucked up on that and let his man off. Shouldn't have done that. Blech. Go to Dolphins doing Dolphin stuff on defense. Damn, just a good move by the running back. Melvin Ingram had him. Almost said Mark Ingram. He had him. Didn't bite on it at all on the run. Really just took the wrong angle. A little bit edge. Look, see right there. Had him, but the running back just made a play. You know, they're playing cover 4 on him right now. Brought everyone else. This stuff later in the game, they weren't hitting, and Lamar wasn't finding the time. They were running this cover 4 and bringing everybody, and weren't running it. And the Dolphins were getting home. So, just a move made by the running back. Playing freaking man coverage on the sides. Got single high safety. Damn, was that a flag on that play? Because I think, yeah, it was. That was a false start by Agba on that one. He jumped that one. It's 1st and 5 now. And Lamar took the shot, which that's what you do when you're near the red zone. And you know you got a flag. Playing a little too high shell right now. Yeah, that's what happens when you play soft zone like that. You got too many targets for too less of people. See, the corner over here's also got to watch 2 guys, so he's playing a little out in that soft part in the zone for a big target like that tight end. It's easy catch. Plus, you're going at any linebacker against that tight end, much less Landon Roberts out there. Shit. Dolphins pressure got there. Honestly, if Lamar makes a better throw on that play, he could have got it, but we should have sacked his ass. But that's Lamar Jackson. That's what you get. Dolphins bring 4. Oh, man. That was good D. I want to say it was Brandon Jones playing down in the box, showing blitz. Oh, he's showing coverage. Yeah, no, he was showing blitz. And look at him sit right here in the zone. I don't know who that is. Looks like Cater Kohu. Yeah, it was Cater Kohu playing the slot. Sat down in here in the throwing lane just to get over. It was good. Oh no, he caught it. He caught that. What happened to the touchdown play? What happened? Hold on. Was that a touchdown? 2nd and 10. What's going on here? Did he catch that? No, he didn't. Oh, he did. Shit. That was just a damn good throw. Kicking the extra point and shit. I guess he caught that. Look, see, that outside zone run was working good. He should have trying to get to the outside on this, but still effective nonetheless, getting out there. Man, the hole just closed up just a little bit. Eichenberg couldn't hold on to this guy long enough. Or no, that was the center, Williams. Off Baltimore. What happened? What happened on that play? That must have been... How is Baltimore on a kickoff? What's going on here? Is that the end of the half? It's supposed to be the end of the half or something. I don't know. Let's see. Where am I at on this? Yeah, that's the end of the half. So yeah, that was that touchdown that came right before the half then on this drive. Alrighty. This is where things start to change for the Dolphins. We get the ball at half. Freaking Tyreek Hill, bro. He was dead to rights, but able to bounce it to the outside and use his speed. All these guys come up from college. Guys get paid big money, and they catch the ball and they see the tackler coming down, and so they go backwards because they think they're going to be able to get away from him and never do. Tyreek Hill actually does it. Fucking guy is amazing. So it's power I, fullback in there. Tight end comes down to the bottom of the screen. Just that inside zone run. That was the shit I saw that the Ravens did that I thought the Dolphins would have done in the first half. And we didn't really see it at all. But this inside zone run was super effective for the Jets against them. Their linebackers come up to fill their gaps, but it opens up. Look at this. Just watch. See that second level blocking? Hat on a hat. Then you got the fullback coming in late, putting everyone on it. I mean, it worked a lot. The man outside here is the only one where, I mean, I don't know who the hell that is on the ground. Looks like it's Austin Jackson, honestly. Or, excuse me, no, it's Teron Armstead. But that inside zone, they were killing them and gouging them, getting all the way to the safety, having to make the play, and there you go. Two out, the shotgun. Gets it to Hill on a late little screen like that. Or no, that was Raheem Moser. Damn. Love to see that shit. Man, Mike McDaniel's play calling is so nice. Little flick of the wrist out there, taking it wide. I want to say that was Trent Sherfield that took that play. No, that was again Raheem Moser using his speed to the outside. Love that. Mike Gesicki coming in motion. Raheem Moser again with a little zone run. Oh, no, that was Chase Edmonds. God, I wish I could see these guys closer up before I call it all out. So they got a two tight end set. They bring Gesicki in here, a little pitch. Thump. Totally ate it up. Nobody bought it at all. Two out, the shotgun. Jalen Waddle goes into motion. Looks to Waddle, throws it down, finds Hill as the second option in that play. And Hill makes some shit happen. So if you look, Tua actually looks to get this to Waddle first, but the corner, I believe, comes down and picks it up real good. See, he sees him going into motion. Mike Gesicki out there as the block. Tua had everybody in his face. He says, fuck this, and goes to option number 2 that's out here. Boom. With the blocking out in front. Again, this was great play design, and it's we're seeing a theme here, guys. McDaniel has schemed up ways for these yak yards to come with these big boys out in front of their playmakers. And here he goes doing it. Again, we saw a couple plays earlier doing that shit. That was just great play calling. Tua puts a bullet out there too. I want to see that play again, because that's Alec Ingold at the top of the screen. So they got to be asking themselves, okay, Alec Ingold's out here at wide receiver. We know that he's going to, you know, probably not going to be targeted so much as they want to get him out in space blocking. So, yeah, Tua's got a couple ways he could go on this. But because the two safeties stay high, he can't take the route going to streak down the field. Ingold's picked up, which opens up the zone little spot throw for the only guy that can really do anything about it would be the linebacker coming into the throwing lane, but he's just there too late. Tua puts a nice bullet on this and finds Hill. Funk right there. That was just a lot of arm speed. That was good arm talent on that one. Way to drill it into the zone hole. Zone hole. Gesicki's lined up out wide. Ooh, little jump. Nice catch and throw. I want to go back to that play real quick. That's a good throw. That's a hard throw to make. It's not an easy throw to make right there. That's a good damn throw right there. Put Craycraft into motion using some of that cray speed. Gets all the way out. Man, that's a good freaking play right there by the fullback. Nice on the money throw. Craycraft goes into motion. Ingold is all the way down here. Look at this shit, dude. This is the stuff we seen Mike McDaniel do in San Francisco with Juszczyk, and they would do this a lot with their tight ends. So he comes down like he's going to be blocking down this way, and he just turns all the way around and comes on like a little freaking delayed I don't know, a little wheel route kind of action, some kind of weird shallow route that just flies out to the edge, and he just kind of waits on it. And it's just awesome motion that happens on this thing. So watch it. Watch. Here goes Craycraft into motion to the top of the screen. They switch coverages. So this man becomes the outside. And look how Alec Ingold just causes him, freezes. They get caught peeking because they saw him initially shift out to be the blocker. Gonna sell the run play, and here he is gonna leak out the back and just sit down. And Tua put a nice touch on the ball to get it far enough out in front of him. He didn't have to wait for it, none of that stuff. And he just runs easy, boom, right to his spot. I love that play. This fucking fullback's good. Totally read that all day. Craycraft got to do a better job on that blocking on there. Can't let his man just blow past him and make that tackle. That's the whole job. That was on Craycraft. Thump. This was one of those catches that I think that's Jalen Waddle. Yeah, it was Jalen Waddle. He tries to body this catch because he knows he's going to take contact. But problem when you try to body him and Tua drills it in there too is that they bounce off. I mean, he took contact the second he had it. So, it is what it is. You're going to have that. Got man-to-man at the top. Tua with all kinds of time. And fucking A, bro. This is that Mike Gesicki just pitch and catch coming up. Long developing route for him to get to the end zone and run the back and see if Tua can find him. But look at Mike Gesicki in the slot here where he does his best work. Tua gets all kinds of time. They only bring 3. They drop the linebacker down here. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. They essentially spy him on Tua. And everything to get to the end zone. They just didn't believe he was going to go to the end zone till later. And Mike Gesicki just doing what he does best, just snatching shit out the air. We'll see it again. They were defending. They had double underneath. The nickel gets stuck, or the... Yeah, it looks like the nickel safety gets stuck on the underneath. Who is it he's covering? It's Hill. It's Hill that he comes and bites on. Look. And because he was over here playing the double coverage on Hill, got soft in the back end, and in this corner just let him have it, thinking he's going to have safety help in the middle, but the guy was so worried about that's freaking Tyreek Hill. It left that open, and Tua just able to get some height on it and put it where only one guy around can catch it. One guy on the field could catch that ball, and he did. I think this is Lamar Jackson on this drive. Takes it to the friggin' house. Little zip pass. Incomplete. See, they're in cover 4 now. Off ball a little bit. 2nd and 10. Dare them a little bit. Keep everything in front of you. Let your guys drive down. And they had success when they played it a little earlier. Look, they're communicating who's got to take who on this one because of the motion man. Call it out, and there it is. Here comes the safety crashing down to come and get their ass. Boom. Good play. Defense cleaned up a lot. Now we're going man-to-man with single high. Playing. Lamar Jackson gets out. Short of the first down, brings up 4th and 1. 3 and out by the defense. Mark Andrews on that catch there should have got a little deeper on his route, and he would have had the first down, but because he was a little shallow, we got a nice 3 and out. Defense takes care of business. So here's Tua out the shotgun. They got 2 tight ends down at the bottom of the screen, Smythe and Gesicki. Craycraft down here at the bottom. I think that's Craycraft. It's either Craycraft or Ingold. And then Hill's up at the top. Oh, I hate it when it does that. See, look, there's that inside zone that I've seen them have success with. Look, I told you guys in my film thing when we looked at the Baltimore film last week that I felt the Dolphins could have some success running this 2 tight end set like this in these inside runs. And in the second half, they've already run 2 now that have been for sizable gains. See that? I love that type of running. You get a hat. You essentially take from the center over these 3 dudes, and you allow your tackle to fill the last hat, and then it lets 2 or 3 guys get to the second level. Watch. You pull the guard, he hits and sets the edge. That allows 1, 2, 3 on 1, 2, 3, and it creates like a box running lane. Thump, there it is. Look at that running lane. Can't ask for better than that. Mike Gesicki blocking downfield and shit. With a good run game, you get good play action. Stick to it. Still showing. This team needed a run game so bad. I know it's not the most flashy shit, but you guys should know how important it is to everything. See that catch, reaching out and grabbing it. Tua had time. Defense has been run on a couple times, so they're kind of, playing at home as best they can. They only bring 3, drop everyone back into zone. Max protect. Shallow. Tua's got time because of them only bringing. They held the pressure. Running back's going to leak out the back for a dump off. Tua hangs tough and puts a bullet right to Tyreek. Tyreek reaches out and grabs it with his hands. That's what I like to see. Out of the shotgun. Craig Kraft coming in motion. Tua hits the underneath. Got 2 guys there, but damn, almost splits him. Fighting too, boy. Fighting. Brings up 2nd and 6. Doubles at the bottom of the screen. Waddle goes into motion. Tua on the play action. Nice blocking. Tua steps up. This is where he ran for it. He wanted to hit that deep shot. He wanted that deep ball. They wanted to go deep on this. That's what he wanted to do. So he's looking. And now, even though he's doubled in this bad boy, and Chase Edmonds, I think that is, picks up the blitz, the inside blitz. Tua was looking deep the whole time. And you know what? Good play by him. It wasn't there. As safety comes down, look, he takes off running too. That corner immediately is like, oh shit, is he going for it? Starts running. Safety's like, uh-oh. He caught Tua looking. Here comes the wheel route on the motion. Tua would never be able to see that over there because of the pass rush in his face. But Tua sees how much room he got. Says, fuck it, I'm running this bitch. And I like that. I appreciate that. Sometimes you're going to have to do that. Take that run down there sometimes. Get it. Look at Tua looking to push the ball downfield these drives. See, this is the type of offense we all want. They're doing some running. Tua's getting some fucking protection. And he's looking downfield. He takes this underneath shot. But look where he's looking in this play. He checks his deal. He probably could have gone to Mike Gesicki right there. But he wasn't looking at Mike. It looks like he's looking out here to see if he can hit it. But the pocket comes collapsing from underneath. So he's got to run it out. Wanted to hit it back to Mike, but it was just the better throw was the easier. The smarter throw was in front of him. Probably caught Mike in the run right before he ran or as he was running. And underneath, a little bit of make something out of nothing. But I like when Tua's feeling himself mobile, running the ball, getting away from pressure the way he is. Got trips at the top. They bring 5. Yeah, I mean, could have been a better throw, could have been a better catch. A lot of coulda, woulda, shoulda on that last play. With that went to Waddle on the outside. I want to say that was the last 3 and out their defense got the rest of the game. Dolphins swallowing them up in the run game. Damn, who was that threw their fucking... Looks like... I don't know who it was, but somebody threw their fucking... fullback. There's the design. There's that Lamar RPO where he just burned us right there. Almost got him. Look, Lamar got scared too. He was like, holy shit, I can't believe that guy got to me. Who was that? Yeah. That was the last touchdown they scored, so. Everybody was pretty pissed about it then. Kickoff. Here's how the Dolphins respond. Ingle goes to motion, to a play action, to a looking deep downfield, and look at this play. Beautiful, beautiful play. Safeties get caught backpedaling. They're playing tight to the formation because we've been running on them, so the linebackers are playing tight. All freeze because of the motion, get caught peeking to the play action, while Hill and Waddle are coming running their routes on this outside. And the outside route to Waddle, or to Hill, I think, can't tell because I can't see him, ends up coming inside underneath on a like an in route, deep in route, and the post is taken by the inside man to push the safety out of the way. And on the transition to the two, he's just sitting there wide open to look, he's had already thrown the fucking ball. He knew it was going to happen because it's man-to-man out here now, and they got to make this transition as the route is happening. He had already thrown the ball. They're hoping to find out who's where. I mean, damn, he could have picked either one of them boys, but sitting underneath was definitely not the wrong throw. But that looks like Hill out there out in front, but, I mean, can't ask for better than that, bro. Big play, way to respond, trying to keep us and get us back in the game. That was Waddle on the outside to the inside. In motion is Gesicki. Offset I with the fullback. Hill and Waddle, the lone receivers out there. Thump. What a dangerous throw, but on the fucking money right here, bro. On the money. So I think it's the linebacker chasing in the end. Tua sees your back, he's going to go at you. And that's, gotta love the recognition on here. Let's see it again. Yep. It's Waddle on this linebacker. He don't have the hips to keep up with this man. That's the right thing. I thought he showed his back because I thought he turned around, but I didn't watch it well enough. But he sees Tua sees this linebacker dropping back into coverage, squeaking his little ass behind there, and played the underneath to Waddle. And I mean, what a dart thrown too. But he landed on his head hard as heck. You see the linebacker try to dive out for the ball? I mean, you got to hand it to him. He goes head first into the friggin' dirt. Watch this linebacker right here. In the center here. Watch him. Look. He just goes face first into the dirt. You got to hand it to him. Buddy's sold out, buddy. He's like, why am I out here playing fucking DB? Oh, it's grainy on that one. But again, Dolphins sticking with the run game. Big passes, needing passes. Gonna fucking hand that football off and take some of those chunk yards. Gotta keep those linebackers freezing, dropping back late, making the wrong read and coming up, because that's gonna give room underneath for the underneath routes. Then it forces the safeties to play closer. Then you use your speed to get behind them. And it took time, but these are the ebbs and flows of a game, and that's what ended up happening in this football game. Exactly what I'm talking about. Playing man-to-man right at the edge there. Gesicki goes in motion. Fake handoff. Tua steps up. Boom. Hits his man. Nice shake and tackle. Ooh, man, bro. That was when Waddle started feeling himself, too. Craycraft in motion. Tua fakes the handoff, pitches it out. Ooh, gets it to hold on, let me go back. Gosh, they're going so quick. Dolphins were playing hurry up right here, so they're going fast. Needing to score, trying to use the momentum. Craycraft comes in motion. Then Gesicki comes back across and kind of gets like a little curl, or I guess you could call it I guess you could call it a curl route, because it's kind of where he is. He literally comes from the Y all the way at the tight end position behind the line and leaks out the back for a curl, and he's wide open there. Tua able to hit him, even though he's got the pass rusher in his face. Linebackers chasing a little too late, and Gesicki makes a nice play. I like that design right there. It's a great play design. Got trips at the bottom, deuces at the top, out the shotgun. Tua got time. Thump. Close. Super close. Craycraft in the slot. Gesicki at the bottom. Tua looks. Rolls out. Finds Craycraft. Boom! This is great awareness by your wide receiver. Okay? So, Craycraft comes out of here, and he's got like a little bit of an out route type of situation where he's going to kind of just sit, turn around, and kind of just sit down on his route on this little out route. So watch him here in the slot. You'll notice Gesicki's going to leak across the middle but gets tangled up into traffic. Tua, it's not even a fake. Okay, you're going to have your running back come out here in the flat if you need to. This linebacker picks him up. This guy chips on, it's a design defensive type of block on trying to slow up Gesicki to leak out the back, because Tua's going to roll to his left. But watch Craycraft not take himself out of the play on this. See, he goes and he runs a friggin' out route. He's to the other side, but the pressure gets inside. So what does Craycraft do? He goes, all right, well, I'm going back. I'm coming back to it. Don't worry, here I come. And he just starts running to that side of the field. The only person over there is double covered Mike Gesicki. And here comes Craycraft with nobody out in front of him, and Tua was able to find him. That is, Craycraft got him that touchdown. He earned that touchdown. Tua hung in the pocket. He's like, oh, thank God, here comes Craycraft, because I got all this open grass and need someone to get in here. Shout out to River Craycraft. And the extra point is good. I'm getting amped back up watching it. Oh, man, my camera went. Let me just take my camera off then. All right. Defense starts setting up. Oh, man, I hate it when it does that. When it, like, skippity-doos around a little bit. So, Lamar's under center. They bring the... I mean, listen, it's not like they laid down, guys. All right? They've got their fullback over here lined up in the trips formation. They bring him in motion late. Dolphins are playing single high safety. Got Eric Rowe out on the field right there with them. They went with 3 safeties on the field often, which thank goodness too. And Lamar just steps up in the pocket, looks to make a big play, and does. I mean, they're looking to respond. Dolphins score. Looking to respond. Linebackers do a good job not biting on the run. Sink back into coverage. But where does he throw it? It's a long developing route. And honestly, this is a great throw from Lamar Jackson, because you've got Brandon Jones playing in this deep zone spot on this. Watch. And he's right there. and he puts it right. But here again, they're looking at fucking Brandon Jones. Where's he at on the field? And Lamar Jackson, and then their game plan, they said, if this guy's playing deep in coverage or chasing anyone, you want to throw it at him. Brandon Jones needs to do, a little bit more work in the passing game. I love everything he does for us, but Lamar and the fucking Baltimore offense went at his ass all fucking game, bro. I mean, he's in fucking position. They got no respect for him. So here's Lamar out the shotgun. Single back formation. 1st and 10. Thump. Gets it to... Who is that? Let's see it again. So there's the tight end. Oh, yeah. He just... Man, he got away with a little bit of a push there beyond the 5-yard line, didn't he? He got a little bit away with a push there. Little double move on the out route. And pushes deep past the 5-yard line. So here he is in the slot right here. And I'm guessing that that's fucking Brandon Jones that they're going at, because they just, why not? They find the Brandon Jones matchup. You know what? Lamar had a great day. But I promise you, if Brandon Jones isn't out here in coverage and Byron Jones is out there instead, Lamar wouldn't have had the day he did. There he is. Nah, he didn't push. I don't know. Let's see again. I don't know. Looks like he pushed. Yeah, he fucking did. Look at that push. That's way past 5 yards. Watch this push. He pushed him like 7 yards and pushed off on his ass. Look. Got away with one. Fucking refs, bro. This asshole right here staring at him the whole time never called it. Just want to point out that the Dolphins' offense and defense and Tua had to overcome the refs, too, in that game with some of these non-calls and some of these calls. Pitch to the outside. Dolphins' defense making penetration. They still pick up 6. Got 3. Look, here they go playing a cover, a cover 5 deep off the ball like this. Wow. Brandon Jones played that good on that motion. Said, fuck this. We're all down here. I'm over here on a fullback. No, that looks like it's Holland. And he sees the fullback becomes a blocker at this point. And he knows, hey, there was no running back. So that must mean it's a quarterback run. Immediately comes to fit the gap. Takes away the inside lane. Forces Lamar to bounce it outside. And the linebackers get there to stop him. Actually, that was Zach Sealer who slid his block that whole way. Look at the Dolphins defense on this design run right here. See, this is what we did and prepared for with our personnel to be in formations like this where they were going to use Lamar as the running back. And when they did, and it was, I don't want to say painfully obvious, but it was apparent, the Dolphins' defensive line and linebackers did their job, and look at them swallow them up right there. Fucking right, boys. So a lot of the things they prepared for this week ended up rearing their heads in the second half. So when they tried to zig, we were ready for it in preparation and personnel on defense. And I want to say that was a turnover on downs on that. So Dolphins got the ball. Tua's under center. Edmonds is the lone back. And Tua's just dropping back. Boy, get it. Thump, wide open out there on the edge. I believe that's Mike Gesicki. I think that was his last catch of the day. There goes Mike into motion back in the slot. Edmonds to his right. Tua out the shotgun. Looks out there. Hits it quick. They're playing soft zone now. And this underneath stuff that Flacco got in the second half. Watch. They're too high safety, but watch immediately start backpedaling. They're going to give us this underneath stuff. You do that. You run that little freaking hitch route and hit it to freaking Hill. all day, every day. Damn, did the whole tone change or something? It seems like it looks different now. Maybe it's just my eyes. So again, they're playing off man with too high safety, bringing one down in the box. Tua a little bit behind him right there, but tried to squeeze it in. Tried to put it where only his wide receiver can get it. Let me rewind that. Yeah, he just got a little off target is all. You know what? You'll have that. Just a little off target. That was to Sherfield. Tua, I could say off target, but Tua likes to throw where the ball is safe. So if I asked him, he would probably go, no, it wasn't really off target. It was a little behind, maybe a little late, but not off target, because he wanted to put the ball where it was going to be safe in the coverage. Uh-oh, Vern. Stop doing that. Stop it. Ugh, God. I don't even know what play this is now. Okay. So that throw that Tua wanted to look for earlier with the bracketed coverages, the safety played extra deep on that and stayed above Hill. A little bit longer of a field on this one, if I think. I don't know. I want to say yeah. And Tua is able to put it over his head. Hill's down here. And you got two guys over at the top. So you're going to have these three on this and these two on this. Man-to-man with Gesicki in the slot here. Look, both of them are already backpedaling. But look, coming across middle field, Tua notices the safety comes down to play these routes because he's got one job to do. He's the only deep safety right now. And that small window Tua noticed and immediately after took the shot because he figured, I guess, and I'm guessing they practiced this as well, probably figured that, hey, he's going to be deeper than he can get in the time that the safety can't. And this was Tua's big touchdown pass to Hill. I mean, safety got caught peeking. Tua took the shot, and before the safety even knew it, Waddle or Hill had already run beyond. Look at that. That's what Tyreek Hill is brought here for. I'm gonna see if I can get the other camera angle on this one too, without screwing everything up. The end zone camera. Here we go. Tua with the great movement in the pocket too. Sidestepping to evade the outside pressure coming here. Gesicki get popped off. And watch him just sidestep the pressure. Look. And, I mean, damn, what a football. Right in the fucking bucket, bro. Beautiful. Ooh, got away with a hold a little bit there. Damn, this ball could have been intercepted too. There goes Lamar. Zipping it in there. Dangerous as fuck. Looked like Rowe got away with a little bit of a hold on that one. Little pitch to the outside. Dolphins defense bite up. Jalen Phillips totally played the outside. This is good. This is good defense communication. Phillips gonna play the outside. Wilkins on the in, and watch how they pick up. Oop, get north. Phillips with a nice move on the inside to close it up to beat both these blockers on this angle. So really, this is Jalen Phillips fucking up this whole play right here. Both these guys, one of them should have already at least chipped, but damn, he fucked this whole play up. And Wilkins was able to be there for the cutback. That's the kind of shit I like to see my defense doing. Oh, God, that was right. This one could have friggin' and notice on earlier on this same type of ordeal. Look, you notice you got the safety out. So someone else is playing deep safety on this. Let me go back. Let's watch this from a different angle. But that option route, Bateman took on the inside. And that's what he took it to the house earlier. He takes it on the outside, and it's going to take Howard can take that angle on it because it's an outside ball now because of where the route's taking it. And Howard tries to fucking house this bitch. He almost gets it too. They get lucky. Because it was almost that's a pick six. I don't know. Lamar Jackson's fast as shit. He might have been able to catch his ass. But watch. Cover 4. He sees him on this like, I don't know, curl. Not even a curl. We'll call it an out, but it's like a comeback out route. So, motherfucker. And Howard just fucking jumps that route, bro. Coming flying downfield. Almost. Look, Lamar might have caught him because Lamar fast as a muh. But damn, I don't know. He's pretty close. If he's got that football, he's already close to the 20. It'd be hard to get him, Lamar. That brings up 3rd and 12. Dolphins playing too high. Everybody playing deep on this one. To bring it up, Lamar rolls outside the pocket, and that's the thing. You roll outside the pocket, you cut that field in half. Now, a lot of these quarterbacks, because they got strong arms, will look back across the field and try to make some of these throws in traffic. They get dangerous. But the Dolphins, with only bringing 3, get home and put some, they brought 4. With bringing 4, they get home, and that fucking Jalen Phillips just wreaking havoc in there, bro. Just going crazy. And needed to, because we didn't have Andrew Van Ginkel out there. And coming across your body, throwing, and he got the ball there, but just a hard catch, a hard throw. Dolphins bring them to 4th and 12. Great stop by the defense. Still, they almost got it. Very close. Tua out the shotgun. Mike Gesicki comes into motion from the slot. Wheel to the wheel route. Little handoff up the gut. Still, notice Dolphins staying true to the run game. Got to, guys. Mike Gesicki at the top of the screen, bounce in, and that's why right there. That's why you stay true to the run game for that rollout play action. And I know it don't look like much. And okay, that the this defense is good, and they got lucky bringing this corner blitz on this play. Because watch, the corner comes in off a blitz. If they don't blitz this corner, Tua's probably not taking this underneath route because he's got time. He's looking for the bomb on the deep safety who's going to be lined up against one of his fucking favorite weapons, either Waddle or Hill, depending on who's in the formation. I think that's Hill right there. So he comes up. He's got to take the underneath route, which, hey, fine. Didn't take the sack, didn't take none of that. Get some positive yards. Tua made smart choices in this second half. They drop back into coverage. Tua takes the deep bomb. All right, let's look on this. This is the other touchdown right here. So they're playing off ball, man-to-man, and they've got everybody on this 3rd and 6. They don't think the Dolphins are going to play. And honestly, this is a disrespect to Tua's arm strength type of play. They played defense with disrespect against Tua on this play. That's how he was able to beat him over the top. They're thinking it's 3rd and 6. The touchdown's far as a mile away, and they load the box. And the safety's playing all the way down in the box. Now, I don't know who messed up, but as soon as this, look, they're already wondering who's supposed to do what right here. Look at this. I mean, everybody's covering this inside stuff. Why? Even him just lets him blow by him. One of these two men didn't communicate to this guy to communicate to that one to be over here. That's how this was open. This was the defensive breakdown. Tua seen it, read it, and as he sees even and leaving, he already puts it out. Didn't even need to put that much air into it because it was so wide open because of the defensive miscommunication. Watch. Thump. Look at that throw, dude. Tyreek had to stop for it, but not really. It was right where he was at. And this is a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The end is nigh for the Ravens. And El Capitan gets to keep his purple jacket again because the Dolphins, we continue to just rob. Not only did I take their colors out the locker room when they were visiting, but the Dolphins brought me back their colors from their stadium. So I appreciate that. I mean, that was good defense and just a really good throw to frickin' Mark Andrews. And that's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, when Lamar's under pressure, if he's not running it, he's looking for Mark Andrews. And, that was on Eric Rowan. And what can you say? They did good. Dolphins go single high, man-to-man coverage underneath. Lamar gets flushed out the pocket, get in his face. Dolphins get a flag on that. That was on Byron Jones, which honestly was a bullshit flag. And if you want to be real, Lamar was looking for the big play on this one when he probably could have had the target he went to a half a click earlier had it not been for the Dolphins' pressure. And that was just D-line causing him to flush out of the pocket, and it shouldn't have been a flag. It was a terrible flag. Again, got their chances. Buddy got just demolished on that play. Dolphins D backed up right now, but the D, look at this. Off ball, high single high, because they're, in that wishbone formation. Man-to-man on the ends. Everybody playing up on front. They got five on the line, and the linebackers are playing nice up in front because they're expecting the run here. Fit the gap. Look at Melvin Ingram with the tackle for a loss. Playmakers making plays. Another theme we've seen in these two games now. The guys, free agents we brought into this team on both sides of the ball are making plays. And that's awesome. New additions over the offseason are paying dividends. Dolphins bring the house damn near. Way to pick it up. Way to pick it up. And, I mean, listen, to be honest, Lamar Jackson kind of picked up the blitz, too. Didn't waste no time. They took that quick friggin' slant route. You know what I'm saying? They took that quick friggin', you know, short slant or drag route, whatever the hell you want to call it. There's a couple of ways you could put it. I mean, listen, it's all within depth and what you want to say, really, with some of these fucking route combination names. But thump hits him, but the Dolphins defense just eats it up. Nobody was fake. Our DBs do pretty good with open field tackling. Again, playing the same thing. Dolphins bringing the blitz. Lamar looks downfield, takes a big shot, overthrows his target to bring up 4th and 9. Here they take their field goal, and I believe this is the one. Yeah, he makes it. It's good. Fucking Brandon Jones so close to, or no. Who was that on the edge, number 20? I think that's... Alright, so Tua out the shotgun. They got 4 wide on this one. They bring Sherfield into motion. Tua real quick throws it. Caught Jalen Waddle. Gesicki comes into motion into the slot at the bottom. Tua's looking downfield. Boom! Open in the underneath coverage. So when these safeties are playing deep like this, he's got to come over for the coverage, because watch what happens underneath. So look. The corner played so soft on the ball that Tyreek Hill on this simple fucking, you know, I don't know, flattened out post route, we'll call it. It's able to find this spot inside the zone because there's only a single high safety. So it's an easy throwing lane for Tua, and just puts it out there. He has to go back and catch it a little bit, but whatever, man. I'll take that all day. Now we're out to the 45. Got 4 wide. Gesicki's down here in the slot. 2 out the shotgun. Looks over that way. Again, nice play move with Hill. He's the only guy I know that goes backwards but still somehow ends up forward. Gets out to the first down. Or no, right close to it. Brings up 2nd and 1. Craig Kraft goes in motion. Tua hands the ball off, and look at this gouge, bro. Look at this gouge. I want to say right at the half is when Color and I were letting you guys know, listen, some of these running lanes are going to be open up big because they're going to be playing prevent defense, and I'm glad that they don't abandon the run. Perfect time for a freaking, like a draw play like this. And look at that. Look at that outside zone. If you literally go back and watch my Mike McDaniel's film study, you go back and watch, you'll literally see almost this exact play where the tight end comes to motion this way, but everyone crashes back down, and almost this exact running play for Raheem Mostert, and he houses it. It literally looks like, look, a boxed off wall, and then nobody's there. The safety's got to come up and make the tackle. Love it. Tua out the shotgun. Looking around. Pitch up. So close to that touchdown going to Waddle right there. He had his hands on it. It was so close. 2nd and goal. Tua steps up, and boom, there it is to Waddle. And the Dolphins take this game home. And that's all she wrote. That was it. I mean, you know, when we looked at a lot of people, when we looked at the film from week 1, there was a couple of plays where Tua took the underneath guy and he could have taken the over top guy. This week, that wasn't the case. He took the over top guy, and those 2 big plays changed the course of the game. You saw how quick it moved, and all of a sudden, here they are back in the red zone with a chance to win the game and took it home. You can't ask for better game planning than we got, and sticking to the run, a lot of good capitalization. It was good stuff, man. It really, really was. So, very proud of the boys. Very proud of the team. We'll probably go in and look into some of the film study for the Bills at a later date. Maybe I'll put some together. I mean, listen, the Bills just throw. It's non-stop with the way they attack on offense. So I don't necessarily expect to see too much different than what I've been seeing out of these guys. I will say this. Freaking Moss, their running back, looks like he put on some weight. That guy's fucking huge, bro. He is big. And they come rolling him out like late in the third and in the fourth quarter on some screens and some draws. And he can put a working on you. But, guys, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I'm going to shut her down, and we'll see you guys, later on. So keep it on. Maybe I'll come back on tonight and do another one. And we'll see you guys later. Fins up.